Happy day, children. This is class 5 SST Understanding Our Earth Part 2. So in this video, we will learn more about map and how you will read a map. Okay, so you will learn about the language of a map. So every map, children, you have a special language and they are directions, signs, symbols and scale. So when you are reading a map, if you want to read more accurately and correctly, first you need to understand the language of the map. Okay, so for that only we have directions, signs, symbols and scale. So one by one we will learn what are they. First one is direction. So always children, when you see a map, on the top right side corner you have an arrow mark which shows capital N. The capital N represents north direction, which means if you take our country India, on the top right side corner, it represents the arrow mark pointing towards up, okay, upward direction, and it shows M, which means all the places are shown as north upward direction and south as downward and east and west. East in the right side and west in the left side. So here you can find the directions, that is north, south, east and west. Not only you have these four main directions, apart from that you have many other directions also. So between north and east you have northeast, and between south and east you have southeast, and between west and south you have southwest, and between north and west you have northwest. So this is about the directions. So with this help of directions only we can easily find out the direction in a map. Next one is scale. This is very important to understand about the distance in the ground. Okay, so what is a scale? In every map, you can find a scale which is represented like this. Okay, so here you can find 0, 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000 meters. Okay, and they also gave us 1 centimeter represents 250 meters. Okay, which means 1 centimeter in the map, it is 250 meters in the ground, exact ground on the earth. So this is the ratio between the distance in the map and the distance in the actual distance in the ground. So this is called as scale. Here 1 is to 25,000 is given, which means 1 centimeter in the map represents 250 meters in the actual ground. So this is called as scale. This is also a very important thing you need to know when you read a map. So next important thing you need to know about map when you read a map is conventional signs and symbols. Here you are having different symbols, and near the symbols you can find what it denotes. Okay, so for example, this triangle symbol, it represents peak, and if you see this symbol in a map, you need to know that it represents a peak in a particular place. Okay, so for that only you need to know about the signs and symbols in every map. Okay, so this is called as a legend, which means it explains the symbol in a map. And for example, this capital is denoted as any capital of a country or a state. It is represented as a circle, and inside you have a dot in it. Similarly, towns or cities, important towns or cities, it represented as a dark dot, and for road it is represented as two parallel lines. Similarly, you have hospital, it is represented as plus symbol, and mountains, you have a small mini mountain symbol over here. So these are the symbols which is representing in a map. So one, if you want anybody, if you want to read a map, you need to know about these conventional signs and symbols. Okay. So next is color layering. So this is also quite interesting when you read a map. So any map which is represented in dark green, it represents the plains and lowlands. Okay, whereas if you take the dark brown, they are represented as mountains, and yellow represents desert in a place, and dark blue over here it represents ocean, whereas light blue for rivers and lakes they used to mark as light blue color as light blue, and for ocean, seas, and rivers, it is represented in dark blue color. So this is called as a color layering. So thank you, children. So in this video, you saw about how to understand a map, how to read a map with the help of a few symbols, directions, scale, and color layering. Thank you, children.